Welcome to LJ Housing Market Update. Today is January 18th, 2024, and let's get started with our mortgage interest rates. Your mortgage interest rates for your 30-year fixed conventional loans are hovering around 6.89%. This is your national averages. Compared to your FHA, they were around 6.14%. Just note when you're looking at these interest rates, these are your top tier scenario, meaning your credit scores are excellent, 780 or above. Let's say your credit scores are lower, then you will pay a little bit higher interest rate. Also, other factors is your down payment. How much down payment will you do? Will it be your primary residence or will you have this as an investment? Are you going to rent that out? Is this a single family or a multi-family? So all of these are different factors that comes when it comes to your interest rates. So speak to your loan officers and see what they have to offer. When we say loan officers, talk to at least two or three different ones if you're a first-time home buyer to see what these people are offering you. This is your Freddie Mac's national averages, and this was updated today as well. Your 30-year fixed was 6.6, and your 15-year fixed was 5.76. Okay, these are your national averages. How about your buying power? When the interest rates are dropping, your buying power is increasing. You can see an example here for a loan amount. If you're trying to get a loan for $600,000 and we're using today's national averages, your monthly payment for your principal and interest is $39.47. So that is for your $600,000 loan. For that same amount of monthly mortgage payment, if the interest rates were at 7.64, we saw these few months back, then you can only afford a mortgage of $557,000. Huge differences. So when you're seeing the interest rates are dropping, your affordability is increasing. You can afford more. So go speak to your loan officer and see what you qualify for now, even if you have a pre-approval from past few months. Let's look at affordability example here. If a household income is around $90,000 and your down payment is around $60,000, your monthly debt, this is your minimum payments that you have to make every month on your credit card debt or anything that's revolving. So this family has example of $300. Then we're using today's interest rates averages. Let's say the property taxes are $6,000. This matters a lot. And your property insurance is $1,500. Then you can purchase this property for $534,000. But guess what? Look at the debt to income ratio is at 54%. Only FHA loans allow up to 54%, but we don't recommend it. You want it lower than that. If you want the payment to be $3,500, maybe you're going to purchase a house that's going to be around $500,000. Okay? Next, let's look at your inflation. Your inflation data shows that the rate is at 3.35% right now. We want this number to decrease. As long as this number is going lower, the Fed will do their three cuts as they said previously. When will they do these three cuts? Hopefully they do them in March or in May. We're not expecting them to do it in January. They meet every 6 weeks. We're expecting them to do it on March 20th. At least 68% of the percentages of the odds are showing that. Okay. So on a positive news, the builders, their sentiments went up as well. So these are the builders who are building brand new constructions, right? We know that the limited inventory for properties out there in every community, every market, but people who are building houses, when the interest rates were going up and up and up, they were a little scared. Now they're coming down. They feel a little bit more confident in the housing market. This chart shows you your home prices. You can see the chart for Nassau from 2022 all the way up to 2023 here. You guys can see that the prices skyrocketed, right? Will the prices come down when there's more buyers and the interest rates are dropping? We highly doubt it. If they do, it would not be much. So if you're looking for a property, you can get something, in the neighborhood that you want to be in, and you can, finance it. I would recommend you go do that. unless you want to go into a bidding war with other buyers in coming months. Okay, a couple of other headlines in the news here. Mortgage rates drop and further declines may be on the way, as we mentioned, hopefully in March or in May. Predictions indicate that the mortgage rates below 6%. We want to see that. Once they start coming to 5.5, 5.6, 5.8, any in fives, most home sellers will be, more happy, and they would want to sell their property because they're locked in at a low interest rate right now. So, hopefully they do come down below 6%, in the coming months. Every video that we're going to show you one term to learn. So this is a real estate term to learn, is a balloon payment. If you're a first time home buyer, you should stay away from any loan that's going to be or have a feature called balloon payment. It's a large one time payment due at end of the term, so that you have to pay the remaining of the balance. Let's just say you have a balloon payment coming up in 5 years. You don't want that. You're a first time home buyer. Where are you going to get that loan and pay off this the first loan? You don't want any of that. As a first time home buyer, I want my payment to be whatever the amount it is to be fixed for 30 years. I don't want any surprises. So if your loan officer tells you, hey, you have a balloon payment on this loan, stay away from that. Okay, it is a good feature for investors. So people who know they're gonna flip the property and they're going to be able to pay this loan off within X amount of time, great. Not for a first-time home buyer. Let's look at some new listings on the market here, guys. This is in Leviton here in New York, listed for 649, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms. It does have an open house coming up, so if you guys want to see it, please let us know. Another property here is in Garden City, New York, and it is listed for 989, and it's 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. So we can show you guys this as well. Next property is also in Leviton here for 679, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathroom here. So if you guys want to take a look at this property, looks like it's recently renovated as well. So we can show you that inside. Another property here is in East Meadow, listed for 950, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. Again, it looks like it's recently renovated. We can show you guys this inside as well. And I believe the last one here, New Hyde Park, listed for 1.298, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms as well. Okay, these are similar properties to one another. So again, when you're purchasing a property, you're going to be living there for a long time. You want to make sure everything checks off. So compare these properties and see which one you want to go with. And in every video, we want to show you who is involved in a real estate transaction. So we'll pick out one or two people from here and show you what they're doing. So let's talk about number 8 here, surveyor. This person usually comes in towards end of the transaction to verify that the boundary lines and the dimensions for the lot matches what you're supposed to be buying. If your listing says, hey, this is a 50 by 100 lot size, this surveyor person is coming and making sure that it is 50 by 100 lot size, and there's no, let's say there's a fence and the fence is going more towards the left or the right towards your neighbor. You cannot dispute that later on. You want to dispute it before the closing. So you want to make sure that you are buying the land, the dimensions as is listed, it is showing on the listings. Okay, so this person, you don't want to do a survey middle of the transaction. How about if the deal falls through, right? If it falls through, you don't want to get that. You can't get that money back. So you want to wait until end of your transaction when everything else is finalized, your loan is clear to close. You want to do a survey and then schedule your closing. Okay. Another really important person that comes to mind is your attorney. Your attorney should be representing you, nobody else. You're the buyer. As a buyer's attorney, that attorney is going to have your best interest, and he or she is going to go through every line in the contract and make sure you understand it. Okay, so it's very important that you pick your attorney, not your real estate agent, not anybody has to do with the selling side or anything. You should be doing your research and you hire your own attorney. Okay, guys. Next is that if you're a first time home buyer in 2024, guys, make sure you budget yourself so you know that you have enough savings for your down payment and your closing cost. A lot of people forget their closing cost. Down payment, they know, hey, I'm going to put down 3%. I'm going to put 5, 10, 20, fine. But they forget about their closing cost. Closing costs are additional charges that different banks will charge you. So that's why you want to compare your loan estimates, LEs, loan estimates. Every loan officer should give you this. So you want to take that, compare it to the other one and another one, at least three of them, so you know what your closing cost will be going from one lender to another. Okay. Again, if you're just building out your credit scores, your first target should be 580. Hey, I have zero credit scores, meaning I have nothing. I'm just starting out. My first goal should be 580. Once I hit 580, my next goal should be 620. Why 580? So I can qualify for FHA loans. Why 620? So I can qualify for conventional. Right? There are times maybe a FHA might be a better deal, but in majority of the cases, conventionals are better with better credit scores. If you're going with no income loans, right, this is when they're not even checking your taxes, they're just looking at an investment property through one of these programs, then you would need solid credit scores 690, 720. So even if you're not going with no income checks, just make sure that you are increasing your credit scores on a regular basis. The worst thing you can do is to apply for credit cards, or purchase a car, or go through and purchase a furniture when you're in the middle of a transaction for your mortgage. You don't want to do that. Okay. Next, guys, we just showed you the national averages. So if someone tells you, hey, I can get you 5.99 interest rate today, you should question that. How, Sway? How could you do that? So you want to make sure that they're telling you that this is going to be a buy down. If they're going to buy down, if they're telling you it's going to be, you have to pay for this to buy down your rate, you should ask them how much is going to cost me and what is my monthly savings. If I don't buy this down, whatever you're offering me, what is the monthly payment on that versus what is the monthly payment with the buy down? If in this example, if your cost is $4,000 and your saving is $82, you're going to get that money back in 4 years. Are you going to refi this property within 4 years? If yes, maybe it doesn't make sense to put that $4,000. Okay, so speak to your loan officer and see if you want to actually buy down or not. Guys, we have 16 loan officers here at LJ Mortgage team, in New York. So if you guys need any help with pre-approvals, or if you have any general questions, hey, you might be middle of a transaction, you just have a question, you can contact us and we can help you out. Okay. If you're a real estate agent, I don't care which company you're working with, compare our commission structure, the tools, and no office fees, no desk fees from us. Compare that and see how different we are, right? So we start all our agents, even if you're brand new, at 80%, and you can move up all the way up to 100%. So you guys can contact me and we can show you in details. I just want to thank you so much, guys, for actually watching this video. I'll be here tomorrow back for another video for LJ Daily Market Update. Thank you.